My artwork.
The old heritage down. Used to be an arm David on the corner, you know, with the red, the crest on. Well, that used to be old people's home. Now it's turned into a young people's home.
What area was it called? Campion?
Campion, Birmingham 12, yeah.
Highgate starts at the top of Bradford Street.
Yeah, Highgate, yeah.
Goes all the way along till the top lights at Highgate Road. Yeah. At the top end, you can see a school now built.
This week's theme, I've been hearing loads of stories so far. My main stories before today, before Ray, about that homework that people did in their houses, that piecework that people did, was Lee's nan used to have 9 children. They'd sit around the table with a candle and they would literally pin safety pins to cards. Since talking to Ray, I found out about a whole load of other things. About aprons, his mum would do 350 a day. About putting wire for different amp fuses onto card. Yeah. So what we need from you now is more stories about that, because we have looked in the archive, we have been on the net, we cannot find anything about that slave labour.
Well, there's paint, my neighbour made paintbrushes.
Can you describe what they did then?
Yeah, well, she had like a piece of metal. And she had the handles and the brushes, but she had to put the right amount into the frame, and then pat them down and put them in a little press and press them down. And she had to do so many an hour.
Local shops used to have cards on the nails, and people used to pull them off with the safety pins, the needles.
Yeah, needles as well.
Yeah, from Needless Alley in town.
Needless Alley in town, that's great.
They used to give us so much, you know, to size, like, and then she used to have to do some of the embroidery on the handkerchiefs. And do so many a day, you know, and then put them in boxes.
You go to the warehouse and you get all those boxes and boxes, and they give you like a card, and the big you have to pay £10 for the...
So they charged you for the equipment?
You had to pay for the thing. Anyway, I was trying to earn that much money in the kitchen. I was cold in the kitchen, so I had to put the oven on, because it was in the winter. And I was putting all these dummies on this cast, right, trying to earn me money. I thought, I got a good idea. I set my table in the living room. Now this table was a glass table. And you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? Broke. I got the glass table up, poured it into the living room, and the kitchen table broke. Crashed, smashed. Now what money did I earn after that to buy no table? And then I've done grips.
Oh, what is that, curvy grips?
Curvy grips. I've worked ever so hard. And I thought, I've had a backache. I've sat up night after night to earn a few bob, but the table's on that. I never done it again. I was too upset.
Because we have young people doing art here on a Saturday morning. He came and told them when they were learning to sew about the aprons, and I think they've got a bit of a present for him.
With pleasure, we would like to give you. Have a look and see what you've got. Find out what it is.
It's a plastic bag. This is of the children.
This is in memory of your mom.
Thank you, I love it. It's even got a bow, look.
It's got your sewing machine on it because you helped. Because
Thank you. Did you know about this?
They got an awful lot out of it, right? They were really, really talking about how you had to like 350 eggs a day, and also they put the darts in as well. They saw the story about the darts.
I love the sewing machine, Because that reminds me of the singer. But I mean, there's an awful lot of women out there these days who are still doing it.
Could you just list what was in those rooms? Because we're going to be making an exhibition.
She had an organ in the corner.
Did she?
She had a piano on the other side. She had a lovely, lovely three-piece suite. Oh,
What
blimey.
about pictures on the wall? Because we've got some pictures of the very classic pictures that people had, like
Sandra,
Yeah.
Sandra, Tulip Market,
pardon?
pictures.
Tulip Market.
Our lounge, where Mum works, you never had the space, so you worked where you ate.
Right.
Right? Now we had the front room and the middle room.
Right.
Our front room, the one part my father had. My father's desk would be in that corner. The fireplace there, that's the back house.
Yeah.
That just, you know, maybe. But that would not be a normal 50s home.
Yes.
And the chairs that we used to sit on, not to watch the TV for the punishment, used to be our dinners.
Right.
Right? Now then, when Mum did the sewing, them chairs were put back. Mum would sit at the table with the sewing machine with the pedal. I'd be the side of it ready to do the snipping off.
Right.
So it was a multifunctional house, the fireplace.
What I can remember about my home is the pineapple bucket, the small table that you saw in the previous photo, the middle room, with the doilies, the really heavy crochet doilies, and it's really well starched, and the flowers, the artificial flowers on the side. And some people, not everyone, I don't think Mum and Dad had that, they had the glass fishes. The glass fishes.
What I can remember is a small family unit with basic furniture doing multifunctional work to survive. Because in the 50s, it was only 6 years after the war, rationing was still going on. Yeah. With me? So people never had the stuff that people thought they had. No. And what the ladies were very good, especially my mum, was to make do amend.
That's right, they did. My mum was good at that.
That's a phrase that's come back up again. Why do you think it's come back up again?
Well, because obviously, my man used to buy army jackets from home.
Well, we're going back to blooming, how did you make do amending?